Okay, what's up guys? I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I kind of get ready for a workout. I always start about 2 hours before the workout. I always try to get some kind of a pre-workout meal in. Protein, fats, carbs, whatever your balance is supposed to be. Make sure it's about 2 hours out, just so you've got nutrition available, but it's not sitting heavy on your stomach. About an hour out from my workout, I'll use muscle strength, which just helps to promote endurance and a little bit faster recovery, so not quite as sore later on. And then about 30 minutes out, I'll actually mix everything together that what I consider my pre-workout. For my energy, I'm using Spark, which is about 120 milligrams of caffeine. That's just vitamins and minerals and a little bit of caffeine, so it's nothing crazy as far as stimulant goes, it's just something to get the heart rate up a little bit. As well, I'll mix in some arginine, which just helps as far as increasing the oxygen uptake that gets delivered through the bloodstream. So basically it makes you a little more vascular, but as well it helps the blood flow a little bit. And then as well, the last thing that I make for my pre-workout mix is Mass Impact, which is just amino acids and creatine. So the creatine helps as well to get nutrition to the muscle cell and help it to recover faster. So these are all things that just kind of to help the soreness not to last as long so that I can get on to my next workout. So then I'll get through my routine. Normally takes about an hour or so. And then for my post-workout, I normally have immediately afterwards. Some people do it differently. I choose to use dextrose or sweet tarts. So basically the idea behind this is that the dextrose is absorbed immediately. It's the most, it's the purest form of sugar. So it spikes your insulin levels. What that does is it makes nutrition get carried to the muscle cell. It's not for a lot of people that are trying to cut weight or stuff like that. It's more so if you're just focusing on muscle growth. I'll also mix that with a little bit of rehydrate powder. The reason I use that is just because as well it pushes my endurance, but as well pushes my recovery. It just helps my recovery time in between sets and in between reps so that I'm not as sore in between workouts either. And then finally, basic protein powder. Everybody uses just kind of a different blend. I mean, whey, chocolate, whatever. I'm using whey isolate. So it's just because it gets delivered a little bit quicker, but as well, if you're kind of on a budget, just use whatever works. Just try to keep quality in mind because it does count. Are they necessary? The pre-workout, not necessarily. It's more so just based on you, to each their own. A lot of pre-workouts now are really filled with, lots of stimulants, and it's just, to me, a little bit much. So I choose to kind of make my own mixture, but you do whatever you see fit for you. If you're extremely sensitive to caffeine, I might probably start on the lower end of the stimulants. Me personally, if I do too much caffeine, it lowers my intensity because I'm like hyperventilating between my sets. As far as the necessities, if you're just starting and you're kind of on a budget, if you want to use a pre-workout that's healthy, don't even go buy a pre-workout, just make black coffee. It may not be as tasty, but at the same time it's healthy and it's cheap. As well as just basic protein powder at first will do. And then later on, once you kind of get more invested into the hobby and the lifestyle, you can kind of set a little bit more money aside and invest a little bit more into it. Alright, look guys, there was a point in time where there's a lot of things that I didn't like. Self-esteem was low, anxiety, depression. I felt like I was trapped and I felt like I was in a hole. If you've been there, I've been there. But I decided not to stay there. You can do the same thing. Along this journey, it's probably been the hardest thing I've ever done, but it's the best thing I've ever done. A lot of people have helped me. I've fallen down. They've picked me up. I've fallen down. I've picked myself up. Either way, you just got to keep going. But you don't got to do it alone. We're here to help. All you got to do is ask.